Mapayapang hapon Pilipinas, ito po ang inyong balerina ng bayan, si Lisa Macuja, na bumabati sa lahat ng nakikinig sa DZRH at nanonood sa RH-TV, lalo na sa mga kasamahan nating alagad ng sining at kultura sa buong bansa. Una sa lahat, nais naming i-anunsyo na sa darating na August 6 hanggang August 11 ay gaganapin ang Asian Grand Prix Ballet Intensive Program 2018 sa Hong Kong, bilang panimula sa Asian Grand Prix Competition sa taong ito. Mapalad po tayong makasama sa 15 international master tutors na magtuturo sa mga kabataang ballet dancers mula sa iba't ibang sulok ng Asia, kabilang na ang mga scholarship winners mula sa 10 AGP regional cities, kung saan kasama ang 8 sa aming mga estudyante sa Ballet Manila. Pagkatapos ng 6-day intensive workshop na ito, gaganapin naman ang Asian Grand Prix Finals mula August 13 hanggang August 17 sa Hong Kong Academy of Performing Arts, kung saan kabilang ang inyong lingkod sa jury members sa pre-competitive division. So, good luck po to all our AGP competitors from the Philippines and from all over Asia. See you in Hong Kong. Samantala sa hapong ito, papatunayan natin ang kasabihan na great things come in small packages. Dahil kasama natin ang 3 visual artists na eksperto sa isang di pangkaraniwang genre, ang miniature art. Kaya huwag kayong aalis, samahan ninyo kami sa kalahating oras ng masayang kwentuhan kasama ang miniature artists na sina Tina De Torres, Mars Aglipay at Jericho Moral from the ongoing exhibit, The Tiny Show. Magbabalik ang Art2art pagkatapos ng ilang paalala.
Ang miniature art na tinatawag ding painting in little ay isang sangay ng sining biswal na may mahabang kasaysayan. Tinatayang may 1,000 taon na ang tradisyon ng paggawa ng miniature art at umani ito ng popularidad lalo na noong medieval ages. Ayon sa mga eksperto, para maging miniature art, ang isang obra ay dapat magkasya sa palad ng isang kamay at may laking hindi hihigit sa 25 square inches. Halos lahat ng malalaking museo sa buong mundo ay may kanya-kanyang koleksyon ng miniature paintings, drawings, original prints, and etchings at sculpture mula sa iba't ibang kultura at panahon. Sa ngayon, kapansin-pansin ang pagbabalik ng interes ng mga kontemporaryong alagad ng sining pati na rin ng mga kolektor sa miniature art. Madalas mabanggit ng mga art writers na dala na din marahil ng mga pagbabago sa ekonomiya ang revival ng miniature art o small format artworks para sa mga makabagong art aficionados. Bukod sa mas mura ang mga ito kumpara sa regular na artworks, mas madali ding i-display at ibiyahe ang maliliit na obra kung kaya't madalas din itong tawaging art in a suitcase. Sa hapong ito, ikinagagalak ng Art2art na makasama ang mga Filipino miniature artists na sina Tina De Torres, Mars Aglipay at Jericho Moral.
Magandang hapon, Tina, Maris, and Jericho, and first, welcome to Art2art.
Good afternoon.
Okay, you know what? Let's start with, kasi tatlo kayo, no? With a brief introduction of yourself and a little bit of a background of you as artists. So, who wants to start? Tina? Okay.
Graduate ako ng Fine Arts Advertising sa University of Santo Tomas. I graduated cum laude back in 2002. And then I worked as an art director for most of my career. And then in 2014, I retired from my senior art director post to pursue my art. And this is the kind of art that I am pursuing now, miniature art.
Okay. Maris, what about you?
I'm Mars. I'm a art writer. I work with the only art publishing in the Philippines. So what I do on my free time is I make eraser stamps.
Oh, okay. Okay, and Jericho?
So I'm Jericho Moral, freelance book illustrator and graphic artist based in Metro Manila. So I graduated in UP Diliman and with course of Fine Arts, major in visual communication. And currently then, during my spare time, ay i-interest ako sa miniature artist.
Okay. So, ang pagkakaintindi ko is all of you started as, ang tawag doon, regular artists or parang in like regular size art. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, paano kayo napunta sa paggawa ng miniature art? You know, who wants to start?
Sige po.
Okay, Mars.
Well, yung medium ko kasi, which is regular eraser na office supply, so it's already small to begin with. Tapos, pag meron akong mga retaso, parang na-challenge ako na gawin ko na rin, stamp.
Okay. And that's your specialty?
Yeah.
Aha. Itong mga nandito sa may ruler?
Yeah.
Okay.
To show the scale.
Yeah.
Okay, to show the
Really
scale.
small.
Okay. Jericho, what about you?
So, nag-start kasi, since work ko sa freelance book illustrator, so I illustrate children's books. So, usually kasi nag-work ako in traditional art, mainly in painting. So, for convenience, usually, nire-resize ko siya para mas compatible for scanning and for reproduction. Para mas convenient siyang i-reproduce. And like sa larger scale works na ilalagay sa book sa mga children's books.
Okay. And Tina?
Actually, I've been interested with miniature toys ever since. Bata pa ako, yung mga Polly Pockets, diba? Those are really small. And then, I think early 2000s, parang nakikita ko na yung miniature art. Parang when you search the net and ano. And then yun nga, I discovered polymer clay and it's so compatible with making tiny food. So yun, I pursued it in 2009.
Okay. And so, this is like all like miniature food.
Yes.
Sushi, maki,
Those are
ice cream
Japanese food and
cones.
ice cream. Some of these are old works of mine
Okay.
back in 2009, 2010 pa. So the most recent ones kasi are in the exhibit. So yun.
Okay. So we'll talk about the tiny show, right? Later. But before that, ano ba talaga yung definition ng miniature art? Is it just because it's small?
Yeah.
You know, it's a
basically.
reproduction. What is it? Of it's the genre that is called miniature art. When did it begin? And I mean, who started it? Do you know a little bit of like history?
Sige, go, Jerry.
As far as I know, it started at least in my knowledge, it started in Europe about in Middle Ages, which they created some medieval margins in their illuminated manuscripts. So they make some decorative art, and it developed into somewhat so-called devotional art. So parang siyang portable artworks or portable devotional paintings that they could carry at kahit saan mo sila pumunta.
Okay. Siguro dun din nagumpisa yung miniature portraits, no? To
Yes.
carry
Yes.
inside lockets and inside, pocket watches, yung ganon, no? Okay. So, how small should a miniature art be? In order to be called miniature, how small should it be?
In some galleries, they say it should be 25 square inches for sculpture and then 8 inches and below for a painting.
Okay.
So, yun, parang, I think it is standard na din siguro with the rest of yung galleries wherever.
But for this particular show, we were working with 2 by 3 inches, so that's smaller than the
Actually,
regular.
Really small.
Really small.
Okay, so meron bang special skills na kailangan in order to create miniatures? Is that a separate workshop or a course na kailangan mong, para matutunan mo kung paano gumawa ng mga miniature art?
I think it's more of a test of patience.
Yes,
No?
true.
Okay, okay.
Also exercise for the eyes.
Yes, for
Intense
sure.
concentration.
Kailangan ng malinaw na paningin.
But I'm sure you also have your special like tools, correct? For miniature art. Is that like smaller, say, chisels and smaller brushes and smaller everything then?
Yeah.
Yes.
For my part, I usually use so-called magnifying lamp. So, ano siya, parang siyang lamp, pero meron din siyang magnifying at the same time. Pwede siyang na-adjust yung, na-zoom in yung winwork mo. Para mas makita maigi yung...
Okay. Okay. Mas kailangan mo din, may salamin ka eh.
Yeah.
Pero, sige, I'm sure like any other art form, merong parang experimentation and merong trial and error and meron ding mga, you know, times na hindi lang nag-work, no? So, can you tell us, you know, what were your first experiences when you were working with miniature art for the first time? Nasabi nyo nga na it needs patience. You know, do you have any like anecdotes or any outcomes that you were particularly happy about or outcomes na you were not happy at all about? We can go again from Tina to Mars to Jericho.
Actually, my first work with miniature food sculptures, actually. Na-burn yung una kong ginawa. As in, when I put it in the oven, I wasn't able to time it well. So, burned siya. And then the second one came out nice. So, I think after that, tuloy-tuloy na eh. Parang you get the hang of it and parang maayos na yung itsura niya. And through the years, I try to put in more details as much as possible. Kaya nga, parang when I talked to the gallery owner of Prism, I told her that I want to show the recent ones that I did. Kasi like this nga that I brought here, these were from 2009 and 2010 pa. Parang iba kasi yung level of detail nito dun sa sinali ko dun sa gallery ngayon. I think I am obsessed with making it as realistic as possible. Yun.
Okay. That's good. That's good. What about you, Mars?
Just like Tina, I'm also obsessed with getting the details correct. So, I've had a client once who commissioned the work, but it's text, so there's more accuracy needed. But my frustration was she asked for it to be really small, like an inch, and there's like 4 lines of text. So I'm like, how do I do this?
Yeah.
So, you know, to meet her expectations, I do the work. I mean, it is small. I meet the requirements, but when she uses it, parang hindi ko naman mabasa. So, merong element na balance expectation.
Okay. Okay. Siyempre, hindi nyo na mababasa. Kailangan mo na sila. Magnifying glass. Oo. Okay. And what about you, Jericho?
So, when I was a kid, I usually obsessed din with miniatures din. So, when bata ako, nakakita ko sa isang show na parang siyang actual replica ng White House. So, parang na-amaze ako nun. So, parang siyang ginawa ko siya, nirecreate ko siya using conventional materials like karton, yung mga soap boxes. So, parang inisip ko parang syempre, bata pa ako na when I was in about grade school siguro. And then parang, syempre, medyo frustrating na parang hindi siya kamukha dun sa nakikita ko dun sa TV. Parang very far from it. So parang I tried to refine it. So nag-rebuild ako ng mga until I used some very fine materials. And then it come na kasi yung may interior siya, tapos meron siya mga painting sa loob. Tapos gusto ko rin siyang gawan ng miniature na painting sa loob. Tapos doon siya somehow nag-deviate yung interest ko for miniature building or sculpture to miniature paintings.
Okay. Okay. Well, nabanggit nyo nga kanina na mas kailangan talaga ng pasensya, no? When you're creating miniature art. So, ano yung average na parang time that you need to spend on a project para mabuo siya? from first concept to the end result? Is it also the same time as a regular sized work of art, or mas maiksi o mas mahaba ang panahon na kailangan?
I think for me, it's the same lang. Whether I work on a bigger piece, a bigger sculpture, and then I work on a small. Kasi parang you put in as much details din naman on the miniature sculpture as compared to the big sculpture, the regular size sculpture. So I think it's just the same length of time given for each scale.
Maganda lang nakakatipid ka sa materials.
Actually, very, very tipid sa materials.
Okay. And ano naman ang paborito mong tema sa paggawa ng miniatures? Mars, what about you?
Me?
Your theme?
Food.
Food?
Food.
Okay. I thought that was Tina's
Same to
favorite.
Food din.
Okay. Food din. Jericho, what about you?
Buildings and architecture.
Buildings and architecture. Okay. And I mean, how do you ensure na ang makukuha ninyong hugis o anyo ng isang bagay is the miniature version na? I mean, when you're starting to, say, manipulate the clay, for example, I mean, how do you do it? With tools? Do you have like a model in front of you that you're recreating in miniature?
Usually, I have sets of pictures
Pictures, okay.
from the computer. So there's a computer right in front of me, and then I work there. So light.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, like Tina, I also reference photos. Yeah.
Same din. Usually photos and numerous studies. So, may mga small brush, very thin brushes to refine yung
Okay. Well, marami pa po tayong pag-uusapan tungkol sa miniature art. Dito pa rin sa Art2art. Magbabalik po kami pagkatapos ng ilang paalala.
Programang hatid ay sining at kulturang para sa lahat. Magbabalik ang Art2art. Schedule ng mga inaabangang konsyerto. Update sa mga magagandang panoorin sa mga tanghalan at teatro. Narito na ang Art2art Calendar.
Narito ang ating arts calendar. Sa pelikula, ang pelikula ng action thriller na Baybas ni Eric Mati ang magbubukas sa 14th Cinemalaya Film Independent Film Festival sa August 3. Alas 7 ng gabi sa tanghalang Nicanor Abelardo ng Cultural Center of the Philippines. Samantala, mapapanood ang 10 full-length films na tampok sa Cinemalaya mula August 3 hanggang 12 sa CCP at sa mga piling Ayala Mall Cinemas. Bahagi rin ng taunang festival ang documentary section na Docu, ang best of the festivals na binubuo ng mga tanging pelikula mula sa iba-ibang local festivals at Visions of Asia, kung saan tampok ang mga award-winning Asian at Netpac films. Para sa karagdagang detalye, bumisita sa website na cinemalaya.org o culturalcenter.gov.ph o sa Cinemalaya Facebook page. Para sa ticket, tumawag sa CCP Box Office 832-3704. Sa musika, inihahandog ng Amici Ensemble ang palabas na Of Vidison, kung saan tampok ang baritone na si Jose Leo Logdat. Itatanghal ito sa August 1, alas 6 ng gabi sa Santo Cristo del Tesoro Auditorium ng Santa Isabel College, Manila, 210 Taft Avenue, Manila. Isa itong fundraising concert para sa pagsali ni Logdat sa isang competition sa Austria at pamamaalam din niya sa kanyang paaralan. Kasama ni Logdat sa naturang concert ang assisting artist na si Zanro Zulueta, collaborating artist na si Harmon Arceo, ang Amici Chamber Orchestra at conductor na si Michael Jacinto. Samantala, bilang pagdiriwang ng 90th birth anniversary ni national artist Andrea O. Veneracion, inihahandog ng Philippine Madrigal Singers ang MADS EGP 97, The Reunion Concert, kung saan tampok ang batch na nagwagi para sa grupong First European Grand Prix for Choral Singing noong 1997. Magkakaroon ng dalawang palabas sa August 4, alas 7 ng gabi at sa August 5, alas 5 ng hapon sa UP Statistics Hall Center for Statistics, UP Diliman, Quezon City.
Usapang sining at kultura para sa lahat. Kasama ang balerina ng bayan, si Lisa Macuja. Art2art.
kasama pa rin natin ang Filipino miniature artists na sina Tina De Torres, Mars Aglipay, at Jericho Moral. And just so you know, hindi po sila miniature artists, meaning miniature sila, maliliit sila. Hindi, regular size po. Okay, they create miniature art. Okay, so sa tingin niyo, bakit bumabalik ang trend ng miniature art? From, if it started in the Middle Ages, what are the advantages of collecting miniature art?
For me, it's very handy. You can put it in your bag.
Yeah.
I mean, you can take it everywhere. And, di ba? Kahit saan mo gusto pumunta, it's easy to move when, halimbawa, you move from one house to another. Di ba? It's easy to transport. So, and it doesn't take much space like regular art.
Yeah, to display, that's true.
Diba?
As far as I know, kasi Metro Manila is congesting. So parang yung mga apartments, kailangan nila ng mga, hindi naman na kailangan ng sobrang laking artwork. So parang gusto nila yung mga sobrang, yung kasya lang sa mga apartments nila. Sa mga high-rise apartments, sa condominiums. So parang conventional sa kanila.
Yeah. Tapos yung small art, hindi siya nakikita sa mga commercial galleries. Not even in art fairs. So it's I think a growing genre.
And in fact, tatlo kayo sa siyam na miniature artists who are part of this ongoing exhibit called The Tiny Show. It's at the Prism Gallery. Okay, so how did this exhibit come about and sino-sino pa yung mga kasama ninyong miniature artists there? Sige, Mars, ilabas mo na yung listahan mo. Okay.
There we go.
So the show is until
August 4.
August 4. So meron pa kayong 6 days to catch the show in the Prism Gallery. What can they expect from that from the show?
Tiny words.
Tiny words, yes, it's the tiny show, obviously. Okay, and are the artworks in the exhibit all for sale?
Yes, they are.
They are all for sale.
And they're all very varied in medium. So if we have works on paper, polymer, stamps, there are wood sculptures, acrylic paintings, and also a small
Cold porcelain.
cold porcelain, dioramas of really small replicas of rooms. So there.
Wow.
With us are, apart from myself, there's Ramon Cahipe, Hannah Manaligod, Ayem Maris, Celine Mercado, Sab Palmares, Yu, and
Tina, Mars, and Jericho. Okay. So, sa mga gustong mag-start ng kanilang collection of miniature art, what advice can you give to like first-time collectors?
Siguro kasi yung miniature art, it engages you, it pulls you in, it invites you sa small world na yun, to ponder on it, to meditate, even meditate to it. So parang hindi lang siya yung kumpara sa large work na very overwhelming. So parang itong may sort of secret world na ini-invite ka to.
Parang it has that personal attraction. Kasi di ba parang it's pocket size. So, unlike the big sculptures na parang you can just look at it. Parang ito kasi you can put it in your hand and
Can you touch? I mean, in the exhibit, is it encouraged to touch? Hindi, Hindi
I
pwede.
think one work you can take out the
parts.
parang the display, so you can take a look at it more up close.
Okay.
Kasi nakaganyan.
Yeah.
Okay. But we've been seeing a lot of photographs from the Tiny Show, and of course we have the samples right here, in our table. So, can you just describe siguro for the benefit of our listeners, how, for example, can you make like a bedroom set like that, or a bed like that? You have what? Anong gawa din? Matchsticks?
Made of balsa wood, I think.
I see. And what about that? I mean, a set of spoons, a fork, utensils. Ano yun? Ano? Gawa din sa...
You can actually buy dollhouse miniature sets, and you can put them beside the... I do that.
Okay,
I also buy like little utensils. They're made of metal.
I see. Okay. So, para na rin installation art pero in miniature
Pero in
form.
miniature.
I see. Okay.
These are Morris's work.
And how do you like conceptualize the work of art? Like, is it like first from an idea or a concept,
Yes.
a theme?
For myself, it's mostly mostly food. So I really work with making the food packaging as realistic as possible.
Okay. And that looks like a miniature housing
Houses.
development.
Ramon Cahite is
Ramon
actually
Cahite's work.
is based in Paite, Laguna. So he sculpts on wood scraps which he puts together,
Okay.
and then he creates this very small wooden houses. He takes
It's like a tiny village.
like a tiny village, and he
Oo.
says he takes inspiration from the Diwata. So we can imagine that they're small, so he makes this tiny world for them.
I see. Okay. Wow. That's a small telephone right there.
This one is teen use, I think.
Okay. Wow.
Also teen use work.
That's not going to satisfy my appetite.
Sampler. Tiny sampler.
Okay, aside from 2020 vision, ano bang qualities na kailangan ng isang, and of course, aside from a huge amount of patience, what other qualities does a miniature artist need in order to create works like that? I guess a really vivid, active imagination as well. No?
I think determination.
Determination.
Because it can get really frustrating. Because, yun nga, at times, ako, kasi I don't use a magnifying lens. So, parang sumasakit talaga yung eyes ko at a certain period.
Okay.
So, I rest for a while and then take deep breaths.
Yeah.
Because it can really, parang it really makes you feel frustrated. Especially, usually, ako when I work, parang it's not parang one time lang tas perfect na. Parang gumagawa ako ng parang plan B and plan C and ano. So yun.
Okay. So would you say that creating miniature art is more difficult than creating normal-sized works of art?
For me, almost the same lang siya.
The same lang.
Kasi meron kayong dedication, parang na kayo may dedication, concentration din. Kahit na miniature siya, kasi pinaghihirapan din siya kung paano mo mapaperfect yung details. So I guess, kind of the same.
Okay. So what advice would you give to the future miniature artists out there, if who want to try to become miniature artists also?
If they want to create miniature art, dapat marunong sila tumanggap na hindi palaging tama yung lalabas. Part yun ng pag-humble sa sarili mo. Kasi hindi ka naman magsa-start na expert ka na agad.
Correct.
Okay, correct. Oh, ito maliit na bahay. Ay, wow.
That is very,
That is
very Casper.
Okay, and how much is the price range of miniature art? Is it also cheaper or more expensive?
In my case, it's tantamount to the size. Yeah, but it's reasonable for the size.
Yeah. Okay. So, say a work of art that is 1 inch long, like this. I mean, yeah.
Well, in terms of that, I also have a commercial side to my work.
Oh,
So for the stamps itself, it's cheaper than the artwork. So
I see.
those are far more cheaper.
Okay, I see. What about you, Jericho? Like,
Yeah.
how much would like a miniature painting like that cost?
Yeah, it's like yung sa kanya, relatively cheaper din siya para sa very large. Kasi I usually also working large-scale works. So it's quite cheap.
Okay. Yeah, but you didn't answer my question. Mga how much?
Well, ranging siguro,
What's the range?
ranging from 2 to 3,000.
2 to 3,000.
Not exceeding 5, if not exceeding 5,000.
So it's quite affordable, no? Oo.
Yeah.
Oo. And you would see these works like, yun nga, decorating the walls of mga apartments. Yeah, but smaller scale. I mean, for you, Mars, ano yung use? How do people that buy your art, your erasers,
Well,
do they use them as erasers?
They
talaga?
use it as stamps.
As stamps.
Yeah.
I see.
Because
okay.
I use Japanese eraser stamps. In Japan, they have this movement called Keshigomo Hanko, and it's like a big following of artists who make stamps from erasers. So
Okay.
that's the commercial side of the art.
Okay.
And for the artwork, like the framed prints and
Yeah,
the
like
framed,
this, no?
yeah, like that.
Okay.
That goes a little bit from 1,000, around 1,000 roughly. Depends on how intricate or how big or small.
Okay. Okay. And what about you, Tina? For example, this
The ones I sold before in Etsy back in 2010, their price at around, I think a piece would cost $32. So there. Pero lately kasi with galleries, I think it's a regular artwork price. Kasi nga, parang I want to take it level up. So, I mean, in terms of the details and the crafting, so yun.
Okay. So for those who like to learn more about miniature art and who want to go into miniature art, how are there like schools, workshops that you can join?
There are tutorials.
There are tutorials on YouTube.
Yes, actually.
No, really? Okay.
Yeah, there are.
Okay.
But personally, I also teach stamp making. That's like a advanced course for
Okay.
people with more patience.
Okay.
Can take up the miniature
Okay.
stamp. Yeah.
Okay. And let's invite everyone again to the show. It's called The Tiny Show. And you can go to the
Prism Gallery.
Prism Gallery, and the show is until
August 4.
August 4. So you still have 6 more days to go to the Prism Gallery, the Tiny Show, and you will be mesmerized by tiny works of art. Maraming salamat, Tina, Mars, and Jericho for taking the time out, bringing your works here, and it was a really enjoyable afternoon. Thank you so much.
Salamat.
Hanggang sa susunod na linggo, samahan ninyo kami ulit dito sa Art2art, kung saan ang usapang sining at kultura ay para sa lahat. Ito po ang inyong balerina ng bayan, Lisa Macuja, nagpupugay sa artistang Pilipino.